Shalom. Isaiah 4:1. You know how we are, how we do. Okay. Alright, so we'll open up these that way. Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, B'Kar This is YY Mission. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. YY Mission teaches the 100% truth doctrine is GMS. I want to go into Isaiah 4:1, but I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about how competitive women are going to be in these last days, okay? Especially for men of the Lord, okay? How they're going to like get back in their frame, their feminine mindset, okay? And then you can concentrate, you'll be able to concentrate on what? Just doing you, being a man, you know. You won't have you won't have to worry about other distractions, okay? Your women have other distractions. So I'm gonna bring out some scriptures. So the women are gonna be what? Super competitive right now. Well, going into Jacob's trouble, Isaiah 4:1, okay? So we're gonna read it real quick. Isaiah 4:1, okay? In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right, so these women that are lazy now, they don't want to do anything. They think everything is supposed to be handed to them on a silver platter. They're going to start working in order to get their reproach taken away and to survive, okay? You won't have to be buying these bitches nothing. You won't have to be taking them on dates. You won't have to be booking no vacations, okay? None of that bullshit, all right? Going on dinner dates, you won't have to be doing all this shit no more, okay? You'll be able to, what, concentrate on the Heavenly Father, okay? Doing man things, going out, getting food for the women or whatever, you know, and making sure the place that you got, that you're temporary stand in, if the Heavenly Father has you temporary stand somewhere, is secure and or covered and protected by you. All the other shit the women gonna deal with the house, making their own clothes, setting their own little fashion, making sure, checking the other women, making sure the other women aren't disrupting the household, okay? That's the problem. These women aren't competitive when it comes to men. They haven't had a need to be competitive over the men, because as soon as they feel that they're not getting something out of a man that they want, what do? They just go get another man. They got too many options. They got too much access to too many men, okay? And that's going to be cut out in these last days and going forward and transitioning into the Heavenly Father's kingdom, okay? You're already seeing it now. Air travel being shut down, okay? People losing jobs, okay? A lot of stress, okay? These women don't have any protection, okay? And they're being forced back into their feminine frame, okay? To run the household, whether they want to or not. This is regardless if a woman has kids or not. She will be getting back into her feminine frame, okay, and running the household, okay, making clothes, learning through the process of how to cook again, okay, learning to be patient, okay. These women have no patience, okay. Learning how to make do what they have, okay. Whatever you bring in as a man or a man of the Lord, okay, but particularly a man of the Lord, these women will learn how to multiply whatever you bring in, okay? It's no more just winging it, or I'll just go order it off of Amazon, okay? Or I'll just have it delivered to the house, or have Uber Eats drop it off. That shit is gonna be over with, all right? These women are gonna learn how to multiply. That is a woman's job, to multiply whatever a man brings to the table, okay? Fuck all that, we the table, they the table. All that bullshit, okay? No, the man is gonna be the table, he's gonna be the foundation, he's gonna be the rock, in these unstable times, and particularly the Israelite man, okay, and the man of the Lord, okay, servant of the Lord, the elect man, okay, the chosen man. He is going to be the covering. He's going to be the table, okay. These women are going to just beautify that table that he brings, okay. They're going to make it, put their own little twist on it, you know, fancy it up, do it like how they, you know, how women do. They beautify things. Men build houses, men build apartments, different things like that. We lay it out, and then we let the women come in, and what do? Home decor, okay. They make beautify, they make it look better, they make it look cute, they put their own little twist on it, how they like it, all right. But we have a lot of lazy ass women in this day that are don't clean up, don't know how to clean, don't know how to keep things maintained, don't have a routine, don't have good hygiene, don't have good apparel, okay. Don't, you know, all that's going to change, because other women are going to be checking women in your group, the harem of women, whether you have 2 women, 3 women, 10 women, okay, 20 women, 7 women, it don't matter. The women are going to be checking the other women, making sure that they're up to par, okay? Because women hate, you know, for the most part, they hate unorganized, okay? They need to see, seeing is believing with women, okay? They don't see the bigger picture. That's what I said. They're not good with faith-based things, okay? They only see what's in front of them. So if they see a woman that's slacking in the way she is conducting herself, talking, the way she's putting together clothes, or washing clothes, or dealing with the household, or doing her job or duty, it's going to be other women that say, do it this way, or you're not doing it right, or why don't you know, okay? You won't have to be going back and forth with a woman like that. These other women are going to check the weak link, okay? The woman that's the weak link in your group, these other women are going to check it, and plus they want to show their loyalty to you. Remember, a woman's currency is time and they need time and attention, okay? And if they feel that they can get a one-up on the girl that's in your harem, that's in your group, and she's slacking, and they're gonna put her on blast in front of you or the other women, they're gonna what? They're gonna expect your time and attention for, you know, because you pointed out a weak link, okay? She pointed out a weak link to the, you know, about the woman, all right, to you, all right. So then you come in, you know, you regulate. That's why it's important to be in your frame and get in your frame, okay? Women are going to make this going into the Isaiah 4:1 and transition into very competitive. But you as a man, you won't have to be worrying about, you know, annoyances, small things, headaches and stuff, because the women that are with you are going to take care of those things and make sure that other women are doing what they're supposed to do. And if they don't, if that woman continues to be a problem, they're going to what? Come to you and say, you should get rid of that woman. Okay, I don't like her spirit. She doesn't listen. She's not doing what we asked her to do, or what's good for the household, or for us all in general. You know how women are. They're lip service, okay? But you as a man, you have to, that's why it's important you be in the spirit of Yahweh, okay? Yahweh, you know, guides you. That's why you have to sup with the Lord, okay? Because the women are going to be supping with you, but you're going to be covering, okay? You're going to be supping with the Lord, so then you will get certain things, you know, figured out how you want to handle certain situations when it comes to the women that you're with, okay? So that's why it's very important in these days that you as a man, you stay grounded, you stay locked in with the Heavenly Father, okay, and the Son in these times, okay, because it's going to get crazy, all right? So these women, like I said, they're going to try to one-up each other, okay? They're going to size each other up. You're the only man. Remember, they don't have access to other men anymore, okay? Going into Jacob's Trouble, okay, going into these different events, they're going to be looking at you like the end-all be-all. You are the last man in the world, okay, according to them, all right? Because they won't have their phones, they won't have their family members all in their business, they won't have their friends all in their business, they can't do girls' night out no more, they can't go out to these restaurants and different things, they can't meet. Already women can't meet men, okay, at different events and out in social settings anymore, because men are not comfortable not having money. And they know that men in this society, in order to keep or have a woman, you have to have money, and men don't have it. So they're not going to show up to mixers, singles events. They're not going to show up to certain places where women congregate, okay? Especially they ain't showing up to church no more, okay? So it doesn't matter what a woman wants, okay? She's not going to get it in this time, okay, right now. She's only going to get what Yahweh wants her to have, okay? And if Yahweh wants her to have a man of the Lord, okay, she will get a man of the Lord. If he wants her to have a 2/3 and be put to death, ultimately, that's what she's going to get. All right, it's not going to be about what these women want no more. Okay, you're seeing that. Okay, so men are in a war mindset. They're in a downer mindset. If these men have built their life and their mentality off money, they're not getting that no more. So you're not going to see men. Okay, they're in a war mindset, fight or flight mode. That's what men are in right now. They're not into dealing with a woman's bullshit. Okay, her problems, the shit she got going on, what she wants, the petty things. Women are still oblivious to what's going on. Okay, they're still caught up in this world, but the Heavenly Father is slowly what is he doing? Slowly taking this world down. Okay, this society down, this kingdom down. Okay, he's in a transition. Put Jacob in charge. Okay, transitioning the kingdom over to a man that's more profitable than this man that's managing this kingdom right now. Okay, you see the Edomite man crashing out, okay, melting down. He's war ready, okay. Jake, okay, war ready with the Civil War and the domestic problems, okay. So, and you're seeing people have more dreams, okay. People are having more dreams and different things about what's going on, okay. So that's why it's very imperative right now, okay, that you understand that once these women come, they're going to be super competitive. You don't have to worry about the little small things, okay? That's why the Heavenly Father tells you don't worry about things of this world, okay? So you worrying about a woman. Once you get a woman, okay, you're going to be set up, okay? You're going to be straight. Now, every man has their own lot, okay? And the Heavenly Father is going to pair you with a woman that is for you, okay? That fits your frame. Whether you believe it or not, you might think this woman is nothing for you, okay? She's but you will know once the Heavenly Father pairs you up with a woman that she's for you, because there'll be little things he'll show you here and there that'll be like, damn, how the fuck she know this, or how, that's something I would, or, and plus if you already having sex with her, okay, you're gonna be putting your spirit on that woman, okay? Anyway, all right, but just know that these women are gonna be competitive. That's the whole thing I want you to understand. So you don't have to worry about asking a bitch to wash the dishes. You won't have to worry about, because for the women that do the least, that are with you, that are the weak link, no matter if you got 2 women or 20 women, the other women are going to expose her and be mad and come to you and hope for you to solve the problem. And then you can go to the Heavenly Father, okay? You may have to cut her off or throw her back out to the wolves. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But that's what they're going to do the work for you, okay? That's what you have to understand. The women are going to do the work for you, okay? Helping you size these women up, seeing through other women, because it takes one to know one. You see what I'm saying? So they're going to be coming out of that mindset, and they're going to know a woman that's trying to run game and try to bring that old mindset into the new world, into the new transition. Okay, they're going to know that. Okay, I used to be like that. I used to be like her. I know what she's trying to do to this man or to this household. We're not going to let her do it. All right, but it's your man. It's your job as a man to stay in your masculine frame. Don't let nothing get under your skin. Don't let them see you lose your cool, so to speak, okay? Because it's all going to work out in your favor. I'm talking to the elect men, all right? So I'm just going to bring up a few examples, with Rachel and Leah, how they had a little sibling rivalry when it came to Jacob, okay? Because they were sisters, all right? Genesis 30:1, okay? And when Rachel saw that she bore Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, right? So these women are going to be so focused on, you, because they're not going to have the distractions of this world no more. They're not going to have the internet. They're not going to have these damn phones, okay? They're not going to have their friends, okay? Going out to eat, different things like that. They're not going to have all these distractions, buying stuff, okay? So they're going to get sort of petty, but petty to one another. Okay, they're bringing in, the Heavenly Father's going to bring it all the way down to 0, all right, with these women. So it's going to become about, who has more children by you, okay? Who has more boys by you, or more girls, Okay, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna come to. Okay, that type of rivalry with your women. Okay, no matter if you got 2 or 20. All right, and these, like I said, by them being competitive and showing up each other, you ain't gonna really hear about it or know about it, but it's gonna be there. Okay, it's gonna be there. It's gonna be an underlying thing that you don't see. Okay, but it's gonna be there. They have a little envious, a little jealousy, a little rivalry between each other, but it's not gonna get to the point like how it is now when you dealing with one woman and then she find out about another woman and the bitch act crazy just because she can. They're not gonna do all that, because at the end of the day, you gonna be the head of the household. You gonna be running shit. They're supposed to maintain and keep their clothes and do and get their own shit, whatever. You just bringing in food and the covering, making sure that they have somewhere to rest their head comfortably at night. And the Heavenly Father is gonna provide that to you, and you provide that to them. That's the only thing you gotta do. All the little details and specifics, the women are gonna take care of amongst themselves. Okay, so look, even with, like I said, with children, Jacob, okay, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children or else I die. Right, so it's gonna be little stuff like that. Who can cook better? Okay, who can have the most kids? Who bore you the most boys? Who bore you the most girls? They're gonna have little rivalries back and forth like that amongst each other. Oh, well, us two gave him, he got 2 sons by us, but he don't got no kids by you yet. Why you ain't have, they gonna start, because that's, women are childish. Okay, they have a what? They have a mindset of a 17-year-old, 16-year-old girl, no matter how old they are. Okay, they're childish, so they're gonna turn everything into a competition on one up and pick with the other, pick with the other women. It's constant examples of women picking with each other back and forth in the scriptures. All right. See Genesis 30:2. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, am I in Yahweh's stead who have withheld from thee the fruit of thy womb? Right. Okay, he don't have no control of that. Okay, she coming to him, and he don't have any control over her womb. That's why, and that's going to help these women get closer to the Heavenly Father, because other women are going to be around one man. A woman might pray, oh, well, these other women, they look better than me, they got fatter asses, woo, 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 and they somewhat get more attention from my man. Heavenly Father, can you please help me get attention from my man? I don't have a big ass like these other women that are in our group or in our household. I don't look as good as them, but I want attention from this man too. And see, that's going to help the women come closer, be closer to the Heavenly Father, because they ain't gonna have nothing else, no other choice but to pray. All right, but to pray to the Heavenly Father, because they can't go to Esau. Okay, they can't go to their family. Okay, they can't go to their friends. Okay, they can't really confide in the women that are maybe on their side, that they confide in, of course, are going to be under their household, sister wives. Okay, but that sister wife that they may be confining in may be getting the attention too. Like the other women that are in the household getting attention from you or whatnot. All right, but one woman may feel like she's not getting her just due, so she's gonna get close to the Heavenly Father. So that's a good thing. All right. Right, so Jacob was basically, he got angry. He's like, I don't control your womb, basically telling this woman, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Genesis 30:3. And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go into her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. See, and these women are gonna get to the point where they're gonna want either other women that they may be cool with, you know what I'm saying? In this case, a maid, but other women that they feel that they can relate to in your group, in your household, to even bear children for them, for you. Okay, so because they want children. Okay, that's how it's going to be. See, these women have too many distractions. They have too many opinions. They have too many things and people to go to. They got the witchcraft shit. They got religious bullshit. Okay, they got all these different things. Okay, to distract them, to take them away from the man. But Yahweh's going to bring it back to 0, to 1. Okay, and it's going to get to the point you have women, and all they want to do is make sure that they're pleasing you. All right, that you're happy. Okay, and they're going to want children. All right. In this society, women don't want kids. Okay, they can do without because they have too many distractions, too many options, too much access to different men. All that's going out the window right now. All right. So she wanted her maid to bear her children. Why didn't she ask her sister's maid to bear her children? Right, because that's what I'm saying, it's competition. That her maid is on her team. That's how she's looking at it. All right, they looking at it like that. The team thing, a competition, and they gonna have friendly competition. Okay, they gonna be in a household as long as it's not getting crazy to the point where it's interfering with you or the household in general. They being mad, disrespectful. But you gotta, as a man, stay in your frame and make sure you regulate. That's why it's important you regulate. This is the time for, if you call yourself a man of the Lord, servant of the Lord, you have to regulate, okay? Get your mind in the mindset of regulating women, okay? Because they're gonna come, all right? Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the fact that you can't get women right now, or you want women. No, you're in the wrong mindset. You have to be in a mindset of getting your mind ready to regulate women, to dictate duties, tasks. If you expect to have, you ain't gonna just, you think you'll just have like 20 women, 15 women sitting around doing nothing? Hell no. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. The Lord give me 2 or more women, everybody gonna get a task. This woman gonna be doing hair, this woman gonna be doing laundry, this woman gonna, cause she write neat and nice, she got the best handwriting out of me and all the other women. You gonna write things down and she can spell right, okay? That woman, she's gonna be a writer, okay? This woman speaks well, so I'm gonna make her the lead, speaking for all the women come to her, they have problems, she can she can present herself well and speak oratorily well, and so I can understand her. So then we get stuff like that. So I know in my house, how I'm gonna do things. Women are gonna have tasks. And it's gonna be tasks, that are meaningful to the household and to the other women. Okay, to keep them. Okay, this woman know how to do nails. I'm gonna put her on the team so she can do the nails for the women. Okay, this woman does excellent with cleaning and organization. I'm gonna have her just do that. That's what it's gonna take. Okay, this woman is good with going out in the field. So when I need to go get food or do things, I'm gonna take this woman with me. She got a small frame. She's athletic. She doesn't complain. Okay, her body is not big and sloppy or heavy or solid. She's petite. You know what I'm saying? She can move fast. She doesn't get tired easily. She's healthy. Her mind and her spirit is healthy. So I'm gonna take her. She works good under pressure. Okay, I'm gonna take her out in the field with me. All right, when I go outside the house. All right. So stuff like that. All right. That's what's gonna make women competitive. That's what's gonna put other women in check. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have their test because they're gonna want to please you. Okay. So what does it say? Hold on. Hold on. So yeah, okay. Right, Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. There's that word again, multiply. Okay, right. That's a woman's job, to multiply anything a man do, anything he bring in. Take one woman, supposed to have multiple kids by that one woman, all right? So whatever that man bring in, okay, you're supposed to multiply it, all right? Fabrics, clothing, food, kids, the house, anything dealing with the house, you multiply it, okay? But most High said, greatly multiply thy sorrow in thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you, right? So they're going to want to do things, like I said, they're going to want to compete for your love. They're going to want to do things for you. They're going to want to see you happy, no matter how petty or big or small it is. Any little thing they're going to do, they're going to get a one-up over the other girl. That's why I said, Isaiah 4:1, women are going to be super competitive, okay? They're not competitive for men right now, okay? Because they have too much access to different things. Their focus can be taken off of men in any way. They can go here, they can go there, they can get in their car and drive up the street to the next city. They can take a flight to the next, all that bullshit is about to end, okay? All that's about to end. They're going to be stuck in four walls, and they're going to have to deal with whatever the Heavenly Father has for them in store. Whether it has to be put to death, whether it has to not have a man, die, not have a man, or be put with a 2/3 man and then be put to death, or be ultimately paired with a man of the Lord and receive mercy and grace in life, okay? So these women are going to, you know, they're going to be competitive, okay? Alright, so like I was saying, Jacob's anger was kindled, okay? Because their desire, okay, she wants to have children. She's competitive, alright? And the reason why she used her maid, because her desire is to what? Have children and to please her husband, okay? Okay? So she used her maid, okay? And this is another example. Genesis 30 and 14. And Reuben went into the day in the days of the wheat harvest and found mandrakes, those are ducks, in a field, and brought them unto his mother Leah. Okay, then Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes. Okay, so this is how these women are going to be. Like, you would have 2 or more women in your household, and they're going to be making bargains and different things with each other, okay, because they're competitive, okay, by nature. They want to, you know, they want to make deals and cut, because that's how they are. That's how women do things, okay? Seeing is believing with women, okay? Men see the bigger picture. We see the vision. We see things that they can't see, all right? So she's saying that she wants one of her son's mandrakes, okay, one of her ducks. And Rachel said to Leah, give me, I pray thee, of thy son's mandrakes, right? So she's asking her for a mandrake, a duck. Genesis 30 and 15. She said unto her, it is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband. See, she being petty. Now, why is she bringing up their husband, okay, Jacob, in this, okay? She don't need to bring that up. That's how petty women are, okay? She said, it is a small matter that thou hast taken my husband, okay? And what dost thou take away my son's mandrakes also too? So she's trying to say that, okay, dang, you already got my husband, okay, but we already share a husband, but now you want us to take away my son's mandrakes. Now, these are sisters. These are blood sisters. So just imagine how it's going to be like when Isaiah 4:1 kick in and you get women that aren't related. You see what I'm saying? That aren't feminine. I mean, that aren't from the same family. Okay, so they're going to be, that's what I'm saying, they're going to be extra competitive because they don't know each other. Okay, so you can have 2 women or 20 women and they're not going to be related. They're not going to know each other, so they're going to be ultimately more competitive over you for your time and little petty spats with them. But the thing is, you as a man, okay, as a chosen man, as a man of the Lord, servant of the Lord, you won't have to worry about that pettiness that we get on this side right now with women, because they're going to save it for what? The other women, okay? They're going to have it for the women that they're going to ultimately be in the household with, all right? So, what dost thou take away my son's mandrakes also? And Rachel said, therefore he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. See? So she said, okay, you want the ducks, okay? You want my son's ducks, okay? I give you the ducks, but I'm laying with our husband tonight. You see? That's how they're gonna be like, all right? And as things progress, as Isaiah 4:1 starts to kick in, Jacob's trouble starts to kick in, that's what they're gonna start doing, because it's 2 of them, and then they have maids, but these women are, you know, that's what was presented to Jacob, okay? Leah and Rachel, all right? So they're gonna wanna what? They're gonna make loads of deals, and you're, as a man, a servant of the Lord, man of the Lord, you're not really gonna know about these little petty things and stuff they're gonna work out amongst themselves, but their desire is gonna be to you. See, they don't have any distractions. She can't get on any of these dating apps and look for a man, okay? All right, and then these men that are out here now, they're not really, you know, they're not in a full masculine frame, okay, in order for these women to somewhat get right, okay? Their fathers and their uncles and their brothers and stuff, okay, are okay with them running the streets, okay with them sleeping with multiple men, Okay, okay with them getting diseases. Okay with them doing whatever. All right. So these women, that's what I said. It's gonna be super competitive. It's gonna be super competitive. How these women are gonna do something. So they using the ducks, okay, as she's like, okay, well, I hired the ducks, okay. Therefore, he shall lie with thee tonight for thy son's mandrakes. Okay, that's the ducks. Every time a brother's doing a lesson out on the streets, you always hear this come up. Always some bullshit. It don't matter where you are, a brother doing lessons, brothers do lessons, fucking ambulance and fire trucks and shit gotta come through wailing. That's Satan. Okay, Genesis 30 and 16. And Jacob came out of the field in the evening, and Leah went out and met him and said, thou must come in unto me. She was happy. She cut the deal with her sister. Her sister wanted mandrake. She said, where did you get these mandrakes that my son got? Okay, I'm laying with Jacob tonight. So she went out and met him after everything. You know what I'm saying? She's happy. Okay, and that's the more women you got, the more competitive and more they got to be creative, because women are creative. That's the feminine, creative side, okay? They're going to be more creative in order to get your attention or to sleep with you, because you got too many options. You got too many distractions, other women, okay? So they're going to, in order for a woman to stand out in that group, she's going to have to do what? She's going to have to come up with creative ways to get your attention. She's going to have to come up with creative ways to get your time and attention, all right? Because fiat, the money, okay, won't be an issue, okay? That's gonna be up out of here, all right? That's gonna be up out of here. That's not gonna, she ain't gonna be worried about it. It's gonna be time and attention. So instead of three things, a monetary, it's gonna be time and attention, okay? Going forward, transitioning, okay? Jacob's trouble, Isaiah 4 and 1, all right? She's saying, thou must come unto me, for surely I have hired thee with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. All right, so he didn't have to say nothing. He couldn't, you know what I'm saying? She set that play up. That was between them. He probably was sleeping with Rachel or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like for like a whole week straight or whatever. And then he probably was thinking like, damn, I may well go into Leah or whatever. But Leah set it up. So the rotation. Okay, the rotation, all right? You're not even gonna have to put your women in rotation. They're gonna put their own selves in rotation when it comes to you. Isaiah 4 and 1. You got two or more women, two women or 20 women, they're gonna put their own selves in rotation. Okay? Remember how SZA made that song? I'll be with you on Monday, she'll take you on Tuesday, the other girl will take you for the weekend, all that bullshit. They're gonna put their own self in rotation once the society and shit collapses and it's over with, all right? So you gonna be good as a man, and serve the Lord. You ain't gonna have to think. That's what I'm telling you. Get in your masculine frame. Don't worry about the women right now. If you got a woman, don't worry about seeking to be loose from one. And if you don't have one, don't seek to get one, because everything is gonna fall into place and work out, all right? Once all these distractions go, once these city lights go out, okay, as you see, city lights, right? Look at the city. All of the lights. That's what the women want. But this shit about to go out. Once this shit go out, okay, these women gonna be back in their feminine frame. They gonna be out the way, all right? But I was just bringing up examples of Leah and Rachel, how they have a little petty, competitive back and forth between them. It's nothing that destroy the household or, but women are gonna be doing that. You have two or more women. All right, they're gonna be doing that. All right, so that's what the competitive nature of the woman is gonna come out. Okay, Proverbs 31 and 15. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. Right? See, Proverbs 30, 31 and 16. She considereth a field and buyeth it with the fruit of her hands. She planteth a vineyard. Right? These women are going to be doing more than they're doing right now. The women that the Heavenly Father puts aside for men, and that he will ultimately save. The rest of these women will be destroyed because they're too lazy, they're too fat, they're too nasty and too sloppy. But women are going to be running the household. They're going to be waking up early. They're gonna be making their clothes. We already read you what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna wear their own apparel. They just want to be called by your name, okay? That's it. And to take away their reproach. So they just want to be, they want to be married to you through sex, okay? That's it, all right? To take away, that's all you gotta do is lay. All you gotta do is lay pipe. Stay in the covering of the Yahweh and Yahushua, the Heavenly Father and His Son, okay? And everything will work out, all right? Because the Heavenly Father is going to bless you because you're doing all the work. You're being diligent. You're being, you're putting in work right now so then you can relax later, okay? So part of you relaxing later is you're going to get the women, and the women going to do all the work because they relaxing right now. Even in this, there's still a lot of women that just don't get it. They still got access to the phone, they still got access to a microwave, and they got access to a car. Once the Heavenly Father take all that bullshit away, all right, then they gonna start working, okay? Even the women that He has for you tucked away on the side, okay? He gonna put them to work, okay? He putting the wicked women to work by fucking up their minds and shit, okay? They crashing out, melting down, all right? Getting them out of there, all right? So, you know, she's considered fulfilled, okay, and buy it. That's what women used to do in the past. They used to do big purchases, okay, a field so you could plant food and stuff that was meaningful, okay. That's what our women used to do, okay. Knowing the Southern tribe, Proverbs 31:17. She girded up her loins with strength and strengthened her arms, right, all right. Proverbs 31:18. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night, right. So she's working from sun up, okay, to sundown, okay, when it's still dark outside, all right, and when it hit night, she's still working, okay. That's the type of women you want, right? We don't get that on this side because we in punishment, we in captivity, Esau's still in control, all right, and this society is still being, you know, ran, it's still running, okay, somewhat, all right. So, yeah, man, Proverbs 31:19. She lay up her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff. Okay, right. She making clothes. Proverbs 31:20. She stretcheth out her hand to the poor. Yea, she reacheth for her hands to the needy. Right. These women are super selfish. Okay, they can give a shit about the homeless. Okay, they may talk a good game, but they don't back it up with their actions. Okay, they're not charitable. Okay, enough. And we said, the Heavenly Father said that that's the only way a woman is going to continue to be saved, is she's charitable and sobriety, not giving into the things and the philosophies of this world, okay? Not giving into the bullshit, okay? Bringing bullshit into your household, all right? That's why I said the other women are going to be competitive. They're going to check her. They're going to want to outsell the other woman. I make better clothes than her. I do better than hair than her. I take care of the kids better than her. I clean the house better. I do this better than her. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be super competitive against each other, all right? So you ain't going to have to do nothing. Proverbs 31:21. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. Right. So it's going to be a woman. You might get a woman that's good with clothes, and she's going to be making you clothes, boots. She's going to be making all the other girls stuff, and they're going to like it. You know what I'm saying? And then you might get a girl that may be good with clothes in another household, and then it might be all the girls may like it, but then you might have that one girl that want to compete, want to be competitive. She make clothes too, maybe not as good, but she ain't backing down. So they gonna have a little thing, okay? We're gonna see who can make a best dress for this girl, okay? And whoever make the best dress for this girl gets to lay with our man. That's what they gonna be doing, stuff like that, okay? So I just wanted to bring that out. Isaiah 4:1 is going to unleash the ultimate competitive side of women, because they will not have any distractions of this society, of this queendom, no more. Their main focus and desire is going to be on the man that Heavenly Father has put them with. So I just wanted to bring that out. They're going to be competitive to each other women that are in your household, and it's your job to make sure it doesn't get sidetracked, it doesn't go crazy or whatnot, okay, and it stays peaceful and sister-like, okay. So I just wanted to bring that out. So with that, I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem B'Kah Qadash. This is YY Mission. Shalom.